December 1, 2025. Taipei wakes to deceptive calm, but in the skies a silent battle rages. Dozens of Chinese J-16 fighters and H-6 bombers cross the Taiwan Strait's median line, an act of calculated aggression. This isn't open war, but a campaign to intimidate and exhaust Taiwan, making constant threat feel normal. On the ground, life goes on. Commuters, school children, bustling markets, but tension simmers beneath the surface. Smartphone alerts from the Ministry of National Defense detail the latest incursion, a daily reminder of the looming threat. For Taiwan's 23 million people, these aren't just headlines, they're a visceral reality. In the cockpits of Taiwan's F-16Vs, young pilots scramble to intercept Shadow and escort the intruders out. Every encounter is a dangerous dance, where a single miscalculation could spark catastrophe. These pilots live in a state of constant alert, bearing immense physical and psychological strain. China's goal: to normalize the abnormal, exhaust Taiwan's defenses, and erode hope. Each flight is a calculated act of political warfare, a stark message that Beijing claims this democratic island as its own. This is the new front line, a relentless 21st century conflict fought with pressure, not invasion. For most in Taiwan, China's military pressure is now woven into daily life. The island cities pulse with normalcy, markets, debates, and weekend plans, defiant in the face of threat. Beneath the surface, anxiety lingers, emergency plans, dark humor about invasion, and quiet worries for the future. Young people face military service with new gravity. Families of service members live with pride and apprehension. Taiwan's armed forces are professional but outnumbered, straining to keep pace with constant incursions. Maintenance cycles shorten, costs soar, and the operational tempo is punishing. Every alert brings fresh worry to military families, who live with the knowledge that conflict could erupt at any moment. The government urges citizens to live fully, promoting stability as a form of defense. Civil defense drills and public awareness campaigns are now routine, aiming for preparedness without panic. Taiwanese society has learned to compartmentalize the threat, acknowledging it but refusing to be defined by it. This resilience is a source of pride, but the psychological toll is real and unsustainable. The debate now: how to manage this pressure, and whether to change course. China's campaign is a masterclass in gray zone tactics, actions just short of war, designed to destabilize Taiwan. Air incursions are only the tip of the iceberg. Chinese naval vessels and drones regularly test Taiwan's defenses, simulating blockades and harassing Coast Guard ships. Maritime militias, disguised as fishing fleets, swarm contested waters, blurring civilian and military lines. In cyberspace, Taiwan faces relentless attacks on government, infrastructure, and private networks. Disinformation floods social media, aiming to divide society and undermine trust in democracy. Economically, China wields trade bans and pressures global companies to erase Taiwan's identity. This is a 360-degree squeeze: military, digital, economic, meant to isolate and subjugate Taiwan without firing a shot. The objective is clear: erode Taiwan's will and sovereignty from every angle. The Philippines face similar gray zone tactics in the South China Sea, and changed the game. Under President Marcos Jr., Manila shifted from quiet protests to assertive transparency. Journalists were embedded on patrols, crews equipped with cameras, and every Chinese provocation was documented and shared. Dramatic footage of water cannon attacks and dangerous maneuvers went viral, exposing China's actions to the world. Press briefings and social media campaigns provided context and countered disinformation in real time. The narrative was clear: a smaller nation defending its rights against a larger aggressor. Transparency cut through China's denials, making the abstract real and undeniable. Manila seized control of the story, transforming from passive victim to credible storyteller. The world was no longer just hearing about China's tactics, they were seeing them. Light became Manila's most powerful weapon. Assertive transparency brought Manila tangible results. International support surged as dramatic footage made Chinese aggression impossible to ignore. The US reaffirmed defense commitments, and joint exercises with allies increased. G7, EU, and ASEAN statements referenced the South China Sea, citing Manila's evidence. At home, the campaign unified Filipinos, turning a distant issue into a source of national pride. Public support for the government's stance soared, strengthening its mandate. Every video and report became legal evidence, building a historical record of China's violations. This archive bolstered Manila's position in international forums and for future proceedings. Transparency became a tool for justice, diplomacy, and national identity. Manila proved that telling the truth visibly can change the game. Taiwan now faces a choice. Should it adopt Manila's transparency playbook? Currently, Taiwan's reports are text-heavy and abstract. A visual, narrative-driven approach could make the threat vivid and compelling for the world. Cockpit footage, naval encounters, and real-time documentation would make China's actions undeniable. This could galvanize stronger international support and pressure allies to act. Systematic documentation would build a legal and historical record, countering China's narrative. It would reinforce Taiwan's image as a responsible democracy defending the rules-based order. At home, transparency could boost morale, turning anxiety into collective resolve. The right campaign could transform psychological strain into national strength. But transparency carries real risks for Taiwan. Beijing sees Taiwan as a core interest. A public campaign could provoke dangerous escalation. Dramatic footage might trigger tit-for-tat cycles, pushing both sides closer to conflict. Unlike the South China Sea, the Taiwan Strait involves direct military standoffs. Stakes are far higher. There's also the risk of desensitization. Daily videos could numb both the world and Taiwan's own people. The shock value of real danger could be lost, making it harder to rally support in a true crisis. Overexposure could even fuel domestic anxiety, harm confidence, and destabilize the economy. The government must balance informing citizens with maintaining morale. Too much alarm could undermine the very unity the strategy seeks to build. Transparency must be wielded carefully. Too much, too often, and its power fades. The line between resilience and fear is razor thin. A misstep could do more harm than good. Taiwan shouldn't simply copy Manila. It needs smart transparency. This means a curated strategic information campaign, quality over quantity. The Ministry of National Defense could release select, high-impact visuals with clear explanations of violations. Regular, but not constant, releases would maintain impact and avoid desensitization. Short shareable videos should provide context, explaining the median line, ADAS, and China's broader strategy. Multilingual communication would educate global audiences unfamiliar with the cross-strait situation. Proactive debunking of Chinese disinformation is key, arming journalists and policymakers with facts. Building strong ties with international media and think tanks ensures Taiwan's story is told accurately. Smart transparency is about shaping the conversation, not just showing the threat. It's a strategy to build support, not provoke panic. Taiwan's security depends on more than military might. It's about narrative and resilience. Smart transparency strengthens both, countering China's story with the truth of a vibrant democracy under threat. Public education and media literacy are vital, building confidence and resistance to disinformation. Civil defense should empower, not frighten, teaching practical skills and reinforcing democratic values. Showcasing the professionalism of Taiwan's military inspires pride and trust at home and abroad. Taiwan must be seen as a capable defender, not a helpless victim. In the 21st century, narrative is a battlefield, and truth is the strongest weapon. By telling its story wisely, Taiwan can secure alliances and fortify its people's will. Smart transparency isn't about provoking war, but preventing it, making the costs of aggression clear. In the end, it's about using light to hold back the darkness, ensuring Taiwan's story endures.